A few months back, researchers were telling people not to worry about food shortages, and that there won't be any shortages coming in the near future. However, within the span of just a few weeks, it seems the insiders are saying the complete opposite, and that people should prepare themselves for what's coming. One user on social media said that they work as an insider, and that things right now aren't looking good. They said the following: "There has been a distraction over the past few months. I won't go into detail about those specific distractions, but just go on social media or turn on the TV and you'll know what I'm talking about. Working for the government and also other businesses gives me certain insights that others don't have, and I can tell you right now that something big is about to happen, and it's going to affect a lot of people. These soaring prices aren't just randomly happening, and in the last few weeks dozens of food processing plants have mysteriously gone up in flames. This is a worrying trend, and what's even more worrying is the fact that no one really seems to be reporting on this. Articles over the last few days have warned that things are only going to get worse in the near future, and that people need to start preparing for the worst possible outcome." End quote. World Farmers Organization President Theo de Jager said the following: "I'm not sure it's possible anymore to avoid a food crisis. The question is how wide and deep will it be? Most importantly, farmers need peace, and peace needs farmers. If you speak to a farmer in North America or Oceania, the main talk is fertilizers, specifically the price and availability of fertilizers. Prices are more or less 78% higher than average in 2021, and this is cracking at the production side of agriculture. In many regions, farmers simply can't afford to bring fertilizers to the farm, or even if they could, the fertilizers are not available to them. And it's not just fertilizers, but agrochemicals and fuel as well. This is a global crisis and it requires a global response." End quote. Others pointed out how wheat prices are up 53% compared to last year, and said that the cost of living is becoming too much for some people, noting that across the world almost 1 billion people are on the brink of famine. One food charity said the following: "We always promise to always be transparent and truthful with you. I want to share the highs and lows of free food, because it is at heart a work of love for our community, and love requires transparency. Today our fridge was empty. We had some bread and eggs come in, but we handed out pretty much everything. We have 4 cases of pasta left and 4 cans of applesauce. I think there's some soup left as well. We are experiencing shortages in the amount of discounted food we can purchase, and we are constantly seeing increased needs." End quote. One user said the following: "Why is no one talking about the food factories that are going up in flames? Why isn't this being covered on the news? I've seen various articles this morning talking about food shortages, and how by Christmas the shelves are going to be empty. Families are struggling in the United States right now due to baby shortages, and yet I've just read that President Biden is going to give federal workers the largest annual pay rise in 20 years. To me, it just feels like at this point they don't even care about us, like they don't even try to hide it. This, along with everything that's happened within the last few years, is really starting to get to people, and I'm not sure how much more people can take. I think we have a rough few years ahead of us." End quote. While another said this: "There's definitely a food shortage going on at the moment, and no one is really talking up about it. We can see it happening before our very eyes, and they're predicting that within the next 6 months people will struggle to eat. The United States gets $4.7 trillion a year to sort this stuff out, and they need to be held accountable. This isn't good enough. They know events are going to happen before the general public does, and they should prepare for things like this. People are at breaking point. Millions across the world are struggling, and there doesn't seem to be a fix in sight. And the worst thing about all of this is that it can be easily avoided. They try to distract us and don't take accountability for anything. It doesn't matter who you support, there needs to be some real changes, because at the moment far too many people are suffering when they don't have to. We have the money for war, we have money to send to other countries, but we don't have money to feed people, a basic essential for living. This has to change." End quote. One farmer in Snowdonia, North Wales said the following: "We're sleepwalking into food shortages, and that's a fact. I could take you to 10 farms in the surrounding area now that are turning down their production. Chicken farmers, egg producers, milk producers, even beef and lamb, because feed prices are going through the roof. We've got absolutely ridiculous fertilizer prices, and we can't forget that half of the food produced in this world comes from artificial fertilizer." Or John Linville said the following: "It's a series of events we've never seen before, and it continues to look like it's going to get worse than better." So what do you make of these food processing plants being set on fire? And what do you make of the food shortages? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.